The story of Bob and Kaya, a tale of American symbols. The learning goal for this lesson says, I can compare adventures and experiences of a character in a story. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to read you the story, and while I'm reading it, I want you to be thinking about the different adventures that Kaya and Bob go on. Pay attention because you will have an exit ticket at the end of the story. Ring, ring, ring! The sound of Kaya's alarm woke her up. She rushed to get ready, grabbing her favorite outfit, and was off for school. She stayed up way too late last night, watching SpongeBob, and she felt exhausted. Kaya was thinking about what she would learn today because her teacher told her yesterday that they would be starting a new social studies unit. When she got to school, she dashed to her classroom, just escaping being tardy. When she entered the room, she saw her teacher and friends. Her teacher requested that all the kids sit down so she could reveal their new social studies topic. Kaya was excited, but soon her excitement dwindled. Her teacher announced, "We will be studying American symbols and landmarks that represent our national freedom." Ugh, sighed Kaya. I already learned about American symbols last year. As she uttered those words, Kaya began to feel very sleepy. Suddenly, Kaya felt a sharp poke on her arm. What? What? She repeated. Kaya was stunned to see a strange-looking bird next to her. As she looked closer, she saw that that bird was a bald eagle, the national bird of the United States of America. She shivered a little with fear, knowing that eagles are birds of prey, meaning they eat meat. "I'm Bob," the eagle said, "and I'm here to show you that you still have a lot to learn about American symbols, little girl. I bet you didn't even know that I'm a symbol that represents strength and freedom." Kaya was really shaking now. She had never seen or heard of a talking bird. She said, "Actually, I did. But where am I?" Bob replied, "You are in the land of learning, and I am here to be your guide. Climb on my back, and I'll show you a few things." Kaya climbed on, and whoosh! Before she knew it, Bob was zooming across the United States at lightning speed. Bob began to tell her a little bit about himself. "Little girl, did you know that I was chosen as the national bird in 1782? They chose me because I am strong, majestic, and I am long-lasting. I also soar free when I fly. That represents freedom. These are all characteristics America wanted to have as a country." "I actually knew that, but I don't know why there are pictures of you holding a bunch of sticks and a branch," said Kaya. "Those aren't sticks. Those are arrows, and they represent the power of war. The branch is an olive branch that stands for peace," Bob said. "Where are we going?" Kaya questioned. "And Bob, please call me Kaya, not little girl." "Got it, little girl. Kaya. We are headed to Philadelphia, home of the Liberty Bell." As quick as a wink, Kaya and Bob were at Independence Hall in Philadelphia. Kaya asked, "Why are we here?" Bob replied, "This is where the Liberty Bell is. People from all over come to see this symbol of freedom." Kaya chimed in, "But why is a bell a symbol of freedom? It doesn't fly like you." "Well, Kaya," Bob said, "the 2,000-pound bell was rung when the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776. "Isn't that our first set of laws made for our country?" Bob answered, "Kind of, Kaya. It talks about what our country stands for and the rights that people in our country have." "Bob, look, there's a crack in the bell." "Yes, Kaya. The first time the bell was rung, it cracked. They made another one and it cracked too. The third bell lasted a bit longer, but it also cracked." "Bummer," Kaya said. "Climb on, Kaya. We have to go." And the two were off again. Quickly, Kaya and Bob were in front of the flag of the United States of America. Bob, why did you bring me here? I totally know about the flag. I know that it is red, white, and blue. I know that each of the stars represent a state and our country. And I know that each of the stripes stand for the first 13 colonies that the immigrants who came to our country lived in. Very good, Kaya. But, oh, there is so much more. Did you know that the flag is sometimes called Old Glory, and that it has changed each time that a new state was added? Originally, it only had 13 stars. Now the flag has 50 stars, one for each one of our 50 states in our country. Did you also know that it is hand sewn by a woman named Mary Pickersgill in 1813? Her two daughters helped. They were only 13 and 15. No? Yes, Bob continued. It was first flown in 1814 after an important battle victory during the War of 1812. Oh, I guess I did have a lot to learn, said Kaya. You can say that again, Bob said. It was so beautiful that the song inspired Francis Scott Key to write our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Let's go, Kaya. You clearly have some learning to do, joked Bob. Bob! Yelled Kaya. All of a sudden, Kaya found herself in front of Lady Liberty, the Statue of Liberty. She is so big, Kaya marveled, and so green. Bob immediately chimed in. She is big, Kaya. She is 111 feet tall. She is also called Liberty Enlightening the World. She has welcomed millions of immigrants to our country. She represents the hope for freedom and a new life. She is green because she's made from copper, and over time it turns green. Kaya quickly added, Copper is what penny's made out of, right? Yes, Kaya, Bob answered. Wasn't she a gift from France? How did they get her here? Bob replied, She was a gift from France to show friendship. She was so big that she had to be taken over piece by piece in a boat. Oh, I see. And, Bob, why does she have those pokey things on her crown? Kaya, those are rays. They are 7 of them, and they stand for the 7 continents and the 7 oceans of the world. What is she holding? Kaya asked. Bob said, She is holding a torch and a tablet. And look, she has broken chains at her feet. The tablet represents the laws of our nation. The torch is the light of freedom. And the change show that she is free. Wow, Kaya said. Kaya, Bob said quietly, it is time to go. Really? Kaya moaned. We were just getting started. I still don't know about the White House or the Washington Monument or... Stop, little Kaya. It is time to go home, said Bob. Kaya thought she was not going to mess with this bird, so she climbed up on his 7-feet-long wings and headed home. Before she could even blink, she was back in her classroom and someone was shaking her. What? Kaya said. Kaya, her teacher said softly, you fell asleep. Wake up. We are going to study the flag. What a crazy dream, Kaya thought. All right, boys and girls, I hope you are paying close attention to the story because it's time for your exit ticket. You are going to draw a Venn diagram just like this one in your journal, and I want you to compare and contrast 2 of the adventures that Kaya went on with Bob. When you finish, seesaw it to your teacher. If you need to go back in this video for some facts, feel free to watch it again. Good luck!